we're having a bit of a conflict here. Hello, this is Colin with Conflict, and excellent set tonight. Really enjoyed that.
Thank you, yeah, it's good. I enjoyed it, yeah, it was nice. Hot.
And you guys have been going for a very long time now.
Yeah, very long time, makes us very old.
I don't know about very old, come on, we gotta pretend we're young again.
Yeah, it's harder now.
Exactly. And you've been through a lot of ups and downs over the years.
Yeah, I mean, that's just because of what it's about, I think, really, you know what I mean? It's not just a band, it's kind of the whole thing behind it. We've had a lot of little, not problems, but run-ins and changes, line-up changes as well. It just, I suppose when you've done it that long, you're bound to have something like that, you know.
And you've had quite a bit of lineup changes. How do you feel about your current lineup?
What, the one tonight?
Yeah.
Well, that's the first time we played with that drummer, and the other the lineup's obviously permanent with us, you know. But I thought he'd done really well because we didn't rehearse or anything. We just went straight for it.
Just go in. And
Yeah, yeah, which is good. 'Cause I don't like rehearsing, so.
And I have to ask, it's maybe a sensitive subject, so tell me to go away if it is. You had a tour set up for the US, but that didn't happen. What happened with that?
Basically, we was going in as tourists, and someone informed the NRS or something like that, IRS, something like that we was going in.
NSA or whatever it is, yeah.
Yeah. And so it was too late for me to go in legally by then, so we just had to pull it.
So, is that a problem that you've encountered?
It means we're going to have to go in legally from now on. I mean, we went in legally in '85. We've been in legally sometimes, but sometimes as tourists. But we had a couple of little clashes last time we was there, and we think it's probably something to do with that people are trying to stop us playing there, you know. So.
Do you think it's because of the message that the band has, or something else?
I think it's more to do with certain clashes we've had out there with opposing people. Myself, I think that they've obviously rung up people and said, oh, you know, this is happening. We've never had the problem before.
So it's something happening now?
I think, yeah. I think where we've had a few run-ins with people out there, I think they've looked at it and gone, you know, well, just rung up the authorities and said, these people are coming in. We even changed the date that I was going on Facebook to say that I was going in a week before I actually was, but they still managed to suss it, yeah.
And they still caught you out and...
Yeah, basically they wanted to... Well, they could stop us entering anyway, and then they wanted 40% of the income from the gigs. That was if they let it go ahead, but I knew they wouldn't let me in anyway after that, you know.
And the visas to go to the States are extremely expensive. What is it, about $1,500?
I've not done one for years, 2001. I don't know, we've always had them done for us, so... But I mean... After the trouble we had last time, it would have been better to go in legally this time, really, and get it over and done with.
Yeah, you'll need to.
Go under the radar. Too many people out there against it, you know, it was against us as well.
And especially when you consider the current political climate in the US, do you think that played a part?
I don't really know. It was the first time I've ever had any problems, anyway. You know, so it could. But yeah, it's the first time I've ever had any problems. But as I say, last time we was there, we did have a couple of big clashes, so it could be something to do with that.
And speaking of the political climate, what are you thinking about Trump, about Brexit? What is your perspective of it, and has it inspired you musically?
It's not inspired me any more than I was, really. I mean, the stuff that I'm writing for the new album was already underway anyway, and it's along them lines, but it's saddened me a lot, you know, but then again, I kind of knew it would happen. After I've been in America a lot, I knew, a lot of people said, no, he won't get in, but I knew he was going to get in. It's just, there's a really weird climate now.
I didn't even bother with my absentee ballot because I knew that it was going to be a futile thing to try and vote against him.
Exactly, yeah.
And has that inspired you in any songwriting?
Not really, because it was already there against, you know, I mean, it was already there with what's been going on over the last few years anyway. So it's kind of, the songs, it's hard to say that they're obviously about the same things because we haven't changed their mind, but just in a more, how can I put it? Not a more clever way. That's sounding funny. More of a story type way. Not concept, but more along them lines rather than this is that, that's this. You know. It doesn't actually. trying not to be too clever with it, really, because I think you can get too clever, and then it pisses people off. I think it's got to be exciting.
I find that interesting because you are such a political band. You have always been a very political band.
Yeah.
And yet you're backing off on something that is such a hot political issue right now.
What do you mean?
You're backing off on Trump and the craziness that I think he's showing the world. I might be wrong on that, but
I mean, basically, you'll see by some of the writings on the album, they're already against what he's doing already, because we knew it was going to happen one way or the other, whether it was him or someone else. I think there's just a much bigger picture, of trying to get a whole new world order. Really, that's my opinion. But it's like it doesn't just attack things. It kind of explains how we can do things, and work around it. And obviously, there's this massive divide at the moment where everyone's, the left and the right wing, and then everyone's kicking off with everybody else. And it'd be nice if it just realised that it's us and them. Yeah, I mean, it's near the mark, but it's always going to be near the mark with us,
music that you've done over the years has stood the test of time and is still just as relevant today as it was 20 years ago, for example?
Yeah, I mean, I want to do new stuff now, obviously, but where we've had so many lineup changes, we've just had to do the old stuff and that. But we only pick songs that I think are still relevant, word-wise, But yeah, I think so. I mean, a lot of people say now that a lot of the new people that get into us through festivals obviously haven't heard it before, and they seem to, it relates with their lives and their struggles, which is good. Because we get an awful lot of people, because we do a lot of festivals now as well, a lot of people are seeing the band for the first time that would have wrote us off before as being, I don't know, some type of hippie band or something like that, but they're seeing us at gigs and going, wow, which is, that's how we play. We've always played that way. I mean, when we played in the early days, we got slagged off for looking too rock starry like that, but we enjoy ourselves playing. I wouldn't want to do it otherwise. Might as well just write stuff down, mightn't you, if you're not enjoying it.
Exactly. And it is obvious from watching all of you on stage. Yeah. You are so enjoying it.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard, don't get me wrong. It's always been a killer of a set. Even when I was 18, that was a killer set. But so it is, but I mean, it's we like it because it's a challenge as well. We want to do it right. Not so much professionally, but it's just we mean what we do. And I think it shows really, There's no game plan. Sometimes you don't know what you're going to get with us. Sometimes it's going to be good. Sometimes it'll be shit, or we'll kick off. I don't know.
Or the audience just isn't right for the band.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I mean, we've played loads of gigs, festivals like that, where we've gone down like lead balloon, because they've wanted all like, say, especially in some Europe festivals, where they want all like sing-along bands and stuff like that, and we're definitely not a sing-along band.
No, not at all.
Each song and goes, "How you doing?" And
you guys
they look at us and go, "Oh wow, what's that about?"
You just get on there and just go. I don't think you spoke between songs at all.
No, I don't. And people said about that, and I said, well, there's enough words there, really. I think I've said all I need to say. I mean, sometimes I do, if there's an incident or something, that's happened or something like that, but it's like Punk Rock Bowling. They hadn't seen that we went on just before Dropkick Murphys, and I don't think they'd seen anything like it. It was just...
wow. That's a real dichotomy. You guys and then Dropkick.
Yeah, it was really, really, and it was massive as well. Because I know Mark, who runs it. He's known him years ago from Youth Brigade and stuff like that, and he's done really well. But yeah, we went on just before them, played to about 14,000 people, and then we went down the storm. Yeah, it was good. But then again, I don't like to stand on stage. So I was in the crowd, and they're not used to all that, are they?
Definitely not. Definitely not.
Yeah.
And what's next for Conflict?
Well, now basically we want to get this album. We want to get a single and album done, and then we can basically relaunch it again. We want to do it. Obviously, I think we can keep doing these gigs, and I think we've perfected what we do now. I'd like to make it, when we come back from the album, we'll come back with stills again, you know, and kind of recreate what we did with Ungovernable Force, all the slides, and, you know, kind of put a whole thing together. Not bigger gigs, really, just more of a, I don't know, more of a present, maybe go back to doing leaflets as well at the same time. Until we've actually got something new, I think it's not worth us doing that, you know.
I'm not sure about that. I think that would add to the set.
It does help at some of the festivals, because they go, wow, what's that about? You know what I mean? Yeah. The images behind you and stuff like that.
Exactly. It attracts attention to what you're singing about and what you're talking about.
That has worked on the festivals, but I want to do it on the smaller gigs as well, you know. So it's always there, you know.
And are you going on tour now in the UK, or?
No, we've got a couple coming up in, got a Polish festival and a Czech festival. We was meant to be going to Russia, but that's had to be pulled off because of this thing with the ultras hating us. You know, have you heard of the ultras out there?
Yes.
Yeah,
yes.
they really hate conflict, so we've been advised not to go.
That's a problem, yeah.
Yeah, we've been advised not to go because, I mean, you know, I don't like backing down, but it's their country and they're all military trained and the police are on their side, so.
Yeah, I think in Russia it's best to err on the side of safety. And
Leave it, yeah. I mean, I've never backed down, but I think I'm going to have to because I'm going to die, basically.
Well, I want to thank you very much for taking the time to speak with me.
Thank you for doing it. Thank you very much.
And hope to see you guys again soon. I really enjoyed tonight.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. I did too.